Playground.
Hooray!
You are now entering the Who's House podcast.
Another way to get notified, but you can also subscribe so they can notify you so you don't be late. Might as well take advantage because I'm always away, I'm always busy, and this is the best time to subscribe, to follow your boy. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at DJ Hookin, and Facebook, because I can also notify you on there if you're a lazy motherfucker. So without further ado, let's get it going, man. Smokey Robinson, bring him in here. Smokey Robinson, what's up, man?
You up.
Legend right here.
Yeah, you up.
How does it feel to make Dr. Dre so nervous, man? Like, this guy just bought like a $200 million like yacht the other day, but I heard when he was hanging with you, he was like super like on edge.
Oh, that's not true. I've known Dre for a while, man. Dre's cool. We have a pretty good relationship. So, but he bought a boat, huh?
You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't know that.
He's like he bought a $200 million yacht.
Well, good for him.
I mean, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good for him, man.
When are you gonna get your yacht so I can hang with you?
No yachts for me. I'm a land animal.
You're just like me. The thing that's crazy is Kendrick Lamar was there also. Mm-hmm. Snoop Dogg, and they were also nervous. So you make like a lot of rappers nervous when you're around. I guess it's just the legendary status of what you represent.
They didn't seem nervous to me.
That's what Anderson .Paak told me.
No, they didn't seem nervous to me. Maybe Anderson detected something that I didn't get. But, we had a nice time. We had a good time. I've known Snoop for a while, too, so we had a good time.
That's crazy. Yeah. Did you teach these guys, like, techniques on, like, especially the music business and production and the background, especially Dr. Dre? Did you give him tips?
No, it wasn't like that. I went in and Dre introduced me to Pac, and I just met him, and he was playing some tracks for me, and he played this particular track for me, and he had the beginnings of the first prelude that's there.
Did he do it live or did
no,
he try to show off?
It was on tape.
Oh, it was on tape.
Yeah, it was on tape, and he played the beginnings for me, and that's what he had. He had the beginnings, and he gave it to me, and so I just took it home and wrote the song to it, and we recorded it.
What was your initial reaction when you first heard it?
I thought it was really good. I just thought that some of the subject matter I changed.
It was man raw. Yo, you Smokey, man. You can't be wilding out there.
It was kind of raw, but But I'm very happy for the reaction to it. I really am.
I need the original lyrics now, Smokey. You just fucked it up now. I gotta get the original. I gotta see what the fuck you was trying to get you to say, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was like naughty, or was it cool, or what was it?
Get the original.
Let me find out. Yo, Smokey, man. A lot of people was wondered like the origins of Smokey. Did you get that from like weed or anything like that back in Cheech and Chong days and stuff like that?
That would have been really something, man. Because I've got Smokey when I was 3.
Oh,
it was Smokey Joe, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, you smoking weed back then, man?
I was gonna say that would have been real weird, and it was illegal back then. Too.
It was super illegal, right?
Yeah, it was definitely illegal. You go to prison for 30 years for a roach, But no, that name came from my uncle.
Oh wow,
Uncle Claude, and when I was 3 and 4 years old, he used to take me to see cowboy movies because I love cowboys, especially the ones who sang.
Oh wow,
And so he adopted a cowboy name for me, Smokey Joe.
Oh wow.
When you asked me what my name was when I was 3 and 4 years old, my name is Smokey Joe because my Uncle Claude said so. That's my name, Smokey Joe. Everybody that I've ever known basically called me Smokey Joe, except for Melvin Franklin of the Temptations. He always called me Will. But everybody called that, and then when I got to be about 12 years old, man, they just dropped the Joe off.
Isn't it crazy how Westerns were like heroes to like black folks back then, like in the 50s, and like there was no superheroes back then.
Okay, so then we didn't see that. So, how are we going to know that? Because we didn't see it. You're a product of your environment,
I had Gordy up here he DJ'd also a lot of classic Motown records back then. What do you think about the R&B today? Like, you guys are like the foundation of Motown and soul and all that.
I think that that music itself, especially for young people, is getting a bad rap because see, we live in a world where negativity gets the attention. All day long, we're being bombarded with negative shit, all on the news. These many people got killed, and who died this way, and what happened this flood, and we're negativized totally. So people have transferred that over to music.
Oh, wow.
And they're letting whatever the negative that they think is music getting the attention. There's some young people out there making some great music, man. Making some great music, okay? And Tupac is one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
So for people not to know that, it's because of the fact that we're bombarded by negativity all the time. So they transfer that. So all the music is negative now. Well, it's just negative. That's not true. There's young people out there making some great music, man.
Do you feel the powers that may be are winning? Because back then, you guys combining to create a movement, you guys were like sought after, even possibly getting killed. Like I saw the Cook documentary on Netflix, and
yeah,
I didn't know all that stuff was going on like that.
Oh yeah, baby.
Like they didn't want like black people to combine and create like movement back then.
It was going on.
I'm surprised Motown was out. Like God damn, like.
Well, I'm one of the things that I'm so proud about Motown is the fact that we bridged those gaps, man. When we first started traveling, we take the Motown Review to the South and stuff, and we couldn't even stay in the hotels. We couldn't go into restaurants. We couldn't do anything. We had to go to the black side of town, find rooming houses and stuff to live in, and so on and so forth. We go to do the gigs, and there'd be white people upstairs and black people downstairs, or white people on the left side of the room and black people on the right side of the room, or vice versa. And that's the way it was. They weren't even looking at each other, but they were enjoying the music together. Okay, so after about a year or so, we would go back to those same places, and there'd be black boys there with white girlfriends, and white boys with black girlfriends, and they were all dancing together because they had a common love. They had the music, and they all loved it, and so I'm proud of that, man.
Well, love came over everything then.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I was shocked that they had like the white folks was in the bottom and the black folks was like they segregated that shit during the shows.
See, you will never know what
That's
that was.
crazy. Like,
you think it's rough now. This is a picnic, okay? All right.
Touring with 50, Eminem, Jay, like we are in front of 20,000 like people. It's all mixed crowds. We didn't have to go through that.
No, you don't. You know what I say about that, man? Thank God, it's time.
But you get mad when you see like the young kids disrespect that whole era though, like by doing stupid, ignorant shit.
See, because I especially the young black kids, man. I want them to realize the sacrifices that have been made for them to have the status in life that they have right now. You know what I mean? Somebody paved the way. Somebody went through a whole lot of shit for you to be in the position that you're in now. Somebody died. A lot of people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Died.
Yes.
And they weren't all black. You know what I mean? The civil rights movement could not possibly have been successful with just black people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whole lot of white Americans died for that. Whole lot of Hispanic Americans died for that. Whole lot of Asian Americans died for that. Americans died for that. So it wasn't just black people. So it's a beautiful thing to see that people are coming to the point where it's now basically show me what you got rather than me looking at you and saying, oh, he's black, I don't like him. Or he's white, I don't like him. Show me what you got, So when you go and you see your audiences like that, thank God, man. Thank God that you're in a time of life where it's like that and ain't no shit about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, me and Natalie, we were like excited that you were like here. I was like, holy, like stuff like that turns me on. Like,
Fantastic.
I've interviewed like countless people, but to see the living legends like walk by, like it's just like mind-boggling. I saw Slick Rick the other day. Like this guy still had the big ass jewelry and all that shit. I still try to see what was under his eye, but he won't let me see his eye. Like be trying to check for that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's amazing that the young kids. I guess the money and the social media and
well, see, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good that they've gotten to the point where they don't even know about that. They just, the world is at a place where a lot of them don't even know about it. But then it's bad that they don't know about it because they don't know what to be thankful for. You see, if they don't know that all this stuff went on and they're in this position in life now, why are you in this position? Who put you there? Who put you in this position that you're in now? So you need to know where it came from. But it's good to the fact that that they're in a position whereas the relationships are so much more unified and together now that they don't know it. See, they think the world is like, it's been like this all the time. No.
No.
No, it has not been.
Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
It's funny that you hang with Anderson .Paak. I wish we had so many like people like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he could relate to your status and he respects like your background. Like, how is it to work with him? Like,
he's a cool young man. I really like him. He's really a cool person, and we had a great time working together.
And of course, I already asked about. You already explained how the record was done. Yeah. Like the final of "Make It Better," the single. That's his like main single now. Like,
yeah,
aren't you like God. Bugged out that he chose you as the main single? Like,
no, man.
To connect with the youth out there.
No. I'm really not, man. I'm really not, because I want Anderson to know that you ain't got to be vulgar to be accepted. You understand? You ain't got to do that. He put himself in a box. Feels like, well, if I don't say shit and fuck and pussy and all those things like that in my songs, my people are not going to like me. You know what I mean? That's wrong. He's a talented young man. He's really talented.
Well,
you know?
he
so I wanted him to know that he don't have to go there to be Anderson .Paak.
Man, but Make It Better is like the best crossover from like
I appreciate
both genres.
That, man. I appreciate that.
Like we had a young ignorant kid here going crazy. Like he just finished smoking weed and he heard it. And he was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah,
you don't hear that from like legends, like classic dudes combined with the new guys. It's usually like a cool hook, but I felt like that record was created just for you.
Well, you know, like I said, I'm very happy about that, man. I really am very happy about that, because I want him to learn a lesson from it, and all young people to learn a lesson from it, because, you know, there was a time when if you said you couldn't even say damn on a record. You know what I mean?
Now it's like,
give you an example. Man. Give you an example of what I'm talking about, man. Many years ago, I put out a song called "I've Made Love to You 1,000 Times." And the song says, "I've made love to you 1,000 times, even if it's only in my mind. I made love to you 1,000 ways, for 1,000 nights and 1,000 days." And the jocks would call me, they wouldn't play it.
What?
And they said, "What you mean, Smoke? You made love 1,000 ways? That's too risque. Well, how are we gonna play this?
A lot of sex right there.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference in the world now and then. That was too risque. I made love to you 1,000 ways. That's a nerd lyric right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, now
that's sex 3 times a day. That's nothing. We do it 50 really, times a day.
Yeah, that is a nerd lyric. You know what I'm saying? But back then they wouldn't play it. So there's a lot of leeway, but I think that when it comes down to a man who's as talented as Anderson, you know, he doesn't have to go to the extreme on the level or whatever, you know, to be popular or to display his talents. And this song is doing that, and I'm so happy about that. That's my main thing that I love about the fact that he can see what I was telling him in the beginning.
Well, 1 billion people respect your music. That's why you have to rewrite the lyrics. You wrote the actual whole song.
Yes.
That's crazy. So I really have to call Anderson to get the original track then, because I'm dying to hear what was like stated.
Well, the prelude, he had the first part of it of the prelude, but that was it, you know. And then he had some other stuff, man, that just didn't need to be there. So, and the beautiful thing about him is that he understood that. You know, he accepted that. You know, he took a chance that what I was telling him was okay. You know. And so I thought that was beautiful, and now the proof is in the pudding.
Well, you have fun with the beat transitions, man. The beat transitions is why I go crazy, man. Like, holy shit. I was like, yo, I haven't heard anything like this in a while either.
Well, thank you.
Did Snoop Dogg hit you up immediately when he heard this single?
No, I don't know if Snoop even heard it. He was at the studio the first night that I met Anderson.
Oh, okay.
He was at the studio. I don't know if Snoop has heard. I haven't seen Snoop since the record's been out. Let me say that.
Wow, man. Yeah. So he's going on a tour, Anderson .Paak. Are you going to like join him at some of the
If it's
dates?
possible for some places. You know, he was just at Coachella out in California, and I live in Los Angeles, basically. And I was unable to make it because I wasn't there when he was at Coachella.
Oh wow!
But if I can, I'll go, because he called me to he's doing a one of the late night shows here in May, and he wanted me to come in and do that.
What?
And once again, I'm working while he's doing it, so I couldn't be here. But yeah, I would love to hook up with him and do whatever.
Yeah, I would love to
Like
see.
I said,
I want to see like young kids wake up, man. Because now the R&B that's out there, gangster, tatted up. There's still like Ella Mai. There's still her. There's still. Beyonce.
I'm saying it's because of the fact that they are bombarded by negativity, baby.
Yeah. Music is music, right? Art is art.
Music is music, but they're bombarded by negativity, so they think they have to join that rank. They have to be on that thug, gangster kind of thing in order to live, in order to be
viral,
or the peer pressure and all the stuff like that. And I tell young people all the time, peer pressure shouldn't even exist. I told my kids when they were going, don't ever come to me and tell me about peer pressure.
Oh wow!
Don't tell me you did something because your friends. Don't you come to me and tell me that. You can tell me anything, but don't tell me that. Because you growing up in California, you growing up,
exactly.
In Beverly Hills. I grew up in the hood, in the streets of Detroit. But a lot of my friends didn't even grow up because they got killed and shot and those things like that. I grew up in the hood, baby. And my friends would come to me and they would say, hey, man, we're going to go rob the gas station tonight. Come on. No, I ain't going with you to rob the gas station. Why should I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to go with you to do that. I don't want to do that. And especially if you're going to rob the gas station on the corner, because that's Nate's gas station. We know him.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going with you to do that. But the next day, those who were not in jail or juvenile or dead would be at my house.
Oh, wow.
Because we were friends. They loved me, and I loved them, no matter what we did. So you don't have to do wrong or bad or dirt with the people who actually love you, for them to love you and to accept you. And if it takes that, then they don't love you anyway.
Mm-hmm. Integrity always wins.
Yeah.
Integrity always wins.
So that peer pressure thing, man, you don't have to live by that. You don't have to go for that.
I wish you were my dad. I was fucking up like crazy when I was young, man. Yeah. I was going crazy when I was young, man.
Well, like I said, I grew up with some dudes that make you seem like a psychiatrist if you think you were crazy. Yeah.
What music are you listening to these days? What's in your playlist?
Everybody.
I love it.
I listen to you might catch me listening to Bach, or you might catch me listening to Nelly. You know what I mean? It's according to what mood I'm in that day.
Oh, wow.
I listen to everybody because I love music, first of all. Music, I love all kinds of music because I grew up with all kinds of music. In my house, I had two older sisters. I heard jazz and bebop and Dizzy Gillespie and Sarah Vaughan and those people like that. I heard that. I heard Bach. I heard the Five Blind Boys. I heard everybody. I heard gospel, jazz, blue, Muddy Waters and Little Walter. I heard all that growing up. I had a great dose of music. So I just love music. Period.
It brings people together. It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
And we got a long way to go still.
The international language. It's the international language. I just got to doing down the hall, and I was telling Paul that we go places. Now, as a songwriter, my international anthem has become My Girl. Okay?
Oh, wow.
We go places, and we're playing in France somewhere. 60% of the people there don't even speak English. They don't know one word of English, okay? And when they hear, because we play it live in our show, boom, 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 they jump up, they start cheering, and they sing it. And they know every word, even though they don't speak English.
That's crazy.
Music is the international language, okay? So when you're blessed enough to get into this business and get some notoriety where people recognize you by some form of, by your music or your voice or whatever that is, don't go tripping. Don't go thinking you the shit, because you're not. Because you didn't start it and you're not going to finish it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? So
that's one to grow on right there, yo.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Did the Anderson Paak mutate you to some like a new individual? Like, because people absorb like whatever, and you're influenced by their music or something. Is there something new that did you get from that experience?
I don't understand the question too.
Did you mutate to like something else, like like by hearing his style or his genre, or you're already into that?
No, man. Because like I said, I listen to that kind of music anyway. I listen to everybody, man.
No, because you know why I brought it up? Because the transitions was amazing in that record, and it's just like I feel like it relates to like my son will like that record.
I hope so. No, I mean that, man. I hope
I'm dead ass.
Yeah. I hope some kids who ain't even been born yet can hear it when they and they'll like it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, to me, And I really, really, really like Anderson. He's a nice young man. I love him. He's a good dude, you know. But I want this to be a lesson for him. Yeah. And all those in his genre who are listening, I want this to be a lesson.
Wake up, man. And then not a lot of people are talented, too. He plays like every instrument you can think
know what
of.
I mean?
Like, and I know you respect that because walking back and forth on stage, rapping is just, some people don't think that's like real. Like, I mean, some people don't think that's talent.
Well, they're wrong. It takes a talent to do that.
Talking to you is kind of different.
Yeah, but rap is street poetry, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rap is life. You know, I tell people that all the time. These young people are rapping about what they know. They're rapping about what their lives have been, what they've seen, what they've experienced. You know, and if it's negative, it's because that's where they were. They were in that position. They were in that place. So they're just spilling their guts. You know what I mean? So that's what rap is. And people say, well, rap is negative. No, you're going to categorize rap. I know some Christian rappers, man. Wow. I know some dudes who rap about the Lord. So rap ain't got nothing to do with it. It's what you're saying. You know, when I was a kid growing up, man, they used to say, if you play the record backwards, you're going to get satanic messages.
I know.
I never knew how to play a record backwards. I never knew who even figured that out. If you play a record backwards, you're going to get satanic messages. But there has always been negative music and always been positive. Now, which side do you want to be on?
Shit, I'm on the good side.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's always been negative music, and it didn't just start with the young people nowadays or with rap. The reason people think that is because the censorship is not the same. Like I told you about the censorship of the record, you have more leeway to say what you want to say how you want to say it, or than you did back in the day. Because anytime I made love to you 1,000 ways is offensive. You know what I mean? Back in the day,
there was really government control over black music back then.
Wasn't black music. It was just,
all music.
Yeah, just music.
Serious?
Period. Yeah.
Government control.
Couldn't even say swear words, right?
Yeah,
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
No. Not only music, man. TV. You would see shows like I Love Lucy, okay? And when Lucy and Desi went to bed, they had twin beds because they were not allowed to get in the same bed on TV.
Oh, shit.
The censorship was incredible, man.
What?
Yeah. They were not allowed to be in the same bed on TV even though they were married. So they had to be in separate beds when they showed them on TV.
That's great. Even Honeymooners was like that, I think.
Absolutely it was.
That's the way it had to be.
Yo.
That's the way it had to be.
I never, you don't pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. Now it's like, it's like porn on TV.
Oh, absolutely.
Same with social media. Social media is X-rated no matter, like there's no censorship.
Well, social media may be the death of us.
Shout out to Hardin Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.
What do you think of social media?
I think it may be the death of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's helping some musicians and it's hurting some. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I'm not only talking about musicians, though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people, period.
Yeah.
And also it's a scary kind of thing. The computer has brought about, it is absolutely probably 90% of the reason that the record business is no longer existing.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? The computer is something that, it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful invention. Whereas you can want to know something, and nowadays you just take your phone and you look it up and you know it instantly.
Yeah.
But then it's taking away childhood. Our kids don't play outside anymore.
Exactly.
It's taking away the things that they had to live and learn before. Your kid can be 6 or 7 years old, as long as they know. And most of the kids who are 6 and 7 years old do know how to work computers and things now.
Better than us.
They're better than us.
They just figure it out. Their brains.
So anytime they can look up anything they want to know about anything in life, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. They should not be able to have access to that kind of information when they're 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 years old. But they do. So social media is a whole nother, and like I said, it's a scary thing because I live in L.A. and I live in a gated community. Mm-hmm. Okay, I live in a gated community, and you have to come through 2 guard gates to get to my house where I live. And I moved there because when my kids were small, and I was living in Beverly Hills. They couldn't even play outside, especially on the weekend, because they have maps, what they call entertainer maps. And people have access to your house and to your address and stuff. And they would come around. My kids be outside, and people getting off the bus and all. So it was ridiculous. So anyway, I live in a gated community. So one night we had just finished a gig, and we were going to another gig. Many times when we're going to do 3 or 4 gigs back to back, and they're close together, I'll rent a bus, and we'll take a bus and we'll go. So that night after the show, we're on the bus and we're headed for the next gig, and my drummer came to me and said, "Hey man, you want to see your house?" I said,
"What?"
I said, "Yeah. Do you want to see my house? What you talking about?" He said, "I'll see your house, man." So he showed me an aerial view.
Get the hell out of here.
Hey man, an aerial view of my house with my car sitting in the driveway.
What?
You know what I mean?
Shit, man.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm living.
I'm about to go see where you live right now. Yo, let's go online real quick.
There's Google 3D maps. You zoom in, you see Smokey on the driveway. Like, hey,
my car sitting in the driveway.
no camera. Yeah.
It's funny you say that about LA before you go. Like, we lost Nipsey. I didn't like the fact that you could watch that on social media. Like, you said 6-year-olds are looking at people get actually murdered on.
Yeah.
That's like the downfall of social media right there.
Yeah, it's rough,
really
man.
bad.
It's rough, man.
And then
it's rough.
sometimes I don't even want to check the shit.
Human beings aren't supposed to watch other human beings get killed, and for that to just be viral on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's just.
We're gonna spread positivity and love.
I don't
That's
know.
the mission.
He
That's
said
the
it right.
mission.
There you go. Please.
All right, Smokey Robinson. I would love to have you all day, but Illuminati's trying to get you out of here. And they're over your house right now, and they say you
With
got
my
a
car in
phantom.
the driveway.
I think somebody's in your phantom. You better get the fuck out of here. But other than
All right, baby.
but we love you and
I
we
love you
respect
back.
you.
Thank you so
and,
much. This was a blast. I really enjoyed this.
Congrats on 60 years of Motown and
Thank you.
many more years, and you could come here anytime. I hope I
All right,
get
baby.
him and Gordy
Well,
together.
I'm
That'd
in the
be
studio
gangster.
making some new music. I'm gonna come back.
Oh, please.
You said that.
Tracy, hook that up.
Anderson's going to be on his record.
Oh my God, let's set that up. I love you, man.
All
I'll be
right,
back.
much love.
Oh my
Thank you,
God,
baby.
thank God for Motown. Thank God.
Thank you, guys.
Shout out to Hardin, Las Vegas, the best dispensary in the world.
How do you mend when your worlds apart? Ooh, carry on. Ooh, from the start. Somehow we fell in love and fell right out of touch. And ooh, that was hard. But ooh, here we are. And it's easier to walk away than to look for what would make you stay. Remember when we first met? We were having so much fun. So now how could we both forget? Telling each other we're the one. We would make love at the drop of a hat. Remember that? Yeah.
Jokes Up Ice Cream Dispensary is the #1 cannabis dispensary in Studio City and Los Angeles, offering the highest quality and the best prices on ice cream cannabis. Jokes Up Ice Cream and Wicked will release Houdini this month.